starting off with an ARAX SA250 and size 2, their shrimp hook. 210 flat waxed. Thread, any color will do. Tan, orange, I'm using gray. This one we're just going to put a thread base, just pretty far back on this one because we're going to use almost this whole shank for this hook. Fly. Pretty far back. Alright. We got a little bit of orange dubbing. We're going to start off with a hot spot here. This is just really fine dubbing with a little bit of orange flash in it. Just a pinch. But yay much. You could wrap some chenille here if that's your preference, but I like to use this for this particular fly to keep the bulk down and fold it back over itself and just secure that product down. Pull out any loose stuff, kind of get, it's pretty much the look you want. If you have any stragglers, I like to keep those, but you can trim those if you like as well to make an angle. Thread back up on top of that. Now we're going to be using some tail material. This is going to be FTD water silk and tan. I like this product just because it's pretty inexpensive and durable, but also has enough movement in it. A little bit less product than that because we're going to fold it back on itself just to kind of minimize waste. So you kind of think about how long you want it, and then it's going to be over itself to taper, so that's pretty much going to be perfect. Then we can trim whatever we don't need at the very end. Take this material, just kind of uneven it, give it a more organic tapered look. About the 2/3 point. Tie it down with a couple nice tight wraps. And then I like to kind of spread it around the hook just to kind of get this fly product all the way around the hook shank because it does swim hook point up. So you don't want too much material to like one side or the other. You want to kind of balance it out. Make sure everything's kind of, you see here it's kind of like on that side and back it off, kind of push it around. Doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to be somewhat in the right area of the hook. Alright, I'm going to take a brown Sharpie for this step. We're going to do some barring. Since this is a shrimp pattern, I want this thing to be pretty buggy. Just go back and forth like this, make sure the bars are lined up versus laying it down, doing one side or the other. Just do it right here in the vise on this step before all the other materials get in the way. About 4 bars because we're going to probably cut a little bit of this material off the tail, so we should do it just fine. We're going to need a single strand of crystal flash. Stuff. It's just perfect for shrimp flies, baitfish flies. It's just really buggy looking. Use it in any fly. Does it when it needs to do. There we go. Just tie it right on top of there. Doesn't need to be spread out too evenly. Just right on top of the other material. Because as we build this fly up, this material will actually be encased. You'll see in the next step here. Here we got some leg dubbing. This particular dubbing is from FTD. I think it's their dragon dubbing. The key here is just kind of lining it up, otherwise it gets a little unruly, as you can see. You just do it by pulling it, putting it together, pulling it, putting it together. All the long strands will kind of start lining up and all the little ones will fall out, and that'll allow you to have a decent batch of product to work with. Once you get it, this one's going to be tied pretty much in the center. I like to tie it on one side of the hook, as so. Just one side is fine. And as you twist, if the material as you're wrapping wants to go around the hook shank, that's perfectly fine. Because once again, I want the material to be all the way around. And actually we'll just take it, pull it to the other side of the hook shank. Doesn't need to be exactly lined up as long as the material is kind of evenly spread around the hook. So. And then secure it in. We have a nice base right there. It's a little long, so I'm just going to come in here, just take out the end. If you don't like it longer or shorter, you can always adjust it as your personal preference. It's pretty much perfect. It's pretty much just double the hook length. Alright, we're going to put eyes in. These are easy shrimp eyes. Things are a lifesaver. If you want to make your own eyes, that's fine, but this has changed fly tying for shrimp and any crab patterns. Makes things much easier. Cut the tip of it off. What that'll do is kind of give you a little bit shorter area to where it doesn't just drag on through the hook shank. Some Ultra Gel from Loctite, just going to put a little bit on there. So like the key to this step is they don't need to be sitting on top of the hook shank like this. You kind of want them to bend a little bit more down. So you want to move them almost right on top of that product. We'll want to wrap around the hook shank. I think if you just hold it by one eye here and twist this one, you'll get a good outcome. And then the last step, getting the eyes to kind of bend down, is what will help it. Because as the hook swims this way, you don't want the eyes on the bottom of the material. You want it to be kind of shooting up. As the material moves, the eyes will be there. Now it's starting to look a little more like a shrimp. Put a lot of wraps on this just because I want this not only to be secure, but I don't like the ledging and I don't like the sides being ledged. Or it's real edgy and sharp. We're gonna put in legs. I'm gonna go with these particular orange legs. Could be any silly legs, barred legs, whatever you have available. But just basically you want something that's going to be shrimpy. I'm going to go with orange and clear. This will give it kind of hot spot look and kind of go with the tan we're going with here. You can do two. I'm just going to go with one single leg. Same way with the crystal flash. I'm going to wrap it around the thread, put on top of the hook, and then separate it so we get one on each side, as so. Don't do these too tight because you can actually cut these legs with the thread. So just keep them time to about where the eyes want to flare out just before. And work our way back. I like to make them just shorter than the tail. So without stretching them, tail's here. I'm going to go about right here. Alright. So that's done. You kind of get the idea of the way the rest of this fly is going to play out. This stage, we're going to go with fish skull, shrimp, and cray tails. This is the large and silver. You can do gold, but they need to be the bigger ones because you need enough weight to make sure this hook swims right. As it's sinking down, you don't want it to be snagging on the bottom. You want it to be hook point up. All right. So what I like to do is kind of get an idea where you want it. You don't want it to be sitting over the hook so you can't get thread in, of course, but you don't want it to be way back here. So you just kind of want to line it up, kind of get an idea. I want to put a little dab of glue down. We're going to wrap it really good, but the glue, just make sure this thing's not spinning. As fish are eating and you're getting a lot of pressure, it will want to spin, but if you glue it and thread it really well, you'll be fine. Kind of like if you're doing bait fish eyes or something, you want to make sure it's nice and flush and not too on one side or the other. Just put a bunch of wraps on there. Now we are going to wrap this in a brush, which will secure it even more. And we're going to bring it all the way back to the end. This is just to secure the last material. That will be the EP shrimp dubbing brush, 0.75 in tan. Let's cut that tip off right there. We're going to be tying it right into the side of the hook shank. Bringing thread forward, about to where the legs and eyes start, and then bringing it back. You can kind of see this dip here from the easy shrimp eyes to the tail. You don't need to be worried about that because the brush will just kind of cover that all in. Okay. Now we're going to start palmering this brush. Come around this way. Getting all the materials out of the way as you go. There's going to be a lot of wraps, but the end product will be very shrimpy. This fly, I started throwing it on the flats to keep it in shallow water, but I wanted to get it down for the redfish that we're feeding. Tailing, looking down, eating crustaceans, digging in grass. This is, I think, the third variation. It's one thing to make a fly look good, it's another thing to make it act good, swim right, and perform the way it needs to. This one does all of that, and I'm super happy with the outcome. It's just look like it took a little bit of development. Here we go. You see here we're in like this little canyon. Won't even matter in a second. And then go right onto these cray tail. Just keep the product from getting tucked underneath and you'll be fine. Almost there. You're gonna do about 3 more wraps at this point. Give yourself a little bit of room at the end because we are going to put a weed guard on this fly. It is completely optional, but we prefer it because where this is normally thrown, there's grass, mangroves, so I'm going to give myself just a little bit of space. I like to pull in opposite directions, get it really nice and tight. Just need about 3 good wraps. Same as always, pin it straight back, pull all the material out of the way, crank down on that brush, secure it down in there. Flush cutters, this is just wire cutters here. Make sure nothing's caught in there. I'll just run fine point scissors through here, just make sure nothing's tangled up. You can brush it, use your bodkin, get in there. Things looking really shrimpy. You can use it, trim it if you need to, but I think this 0.75 brush is ideal. Right. I'm going to do a weed guard real quick. This is going to be Mason hard mono in 30. You want this one to be a little bit longer due to the style of hook it is. It's a long shank hook. I'm going to mash one end up just to secure it down. And we are going to bend it just slightly. You can tie in weed guards however you prefer. This is just the way I do it. It's the way I was taught. One little dab of glue. Secure this as much as you need to. If you want to push it more towards the hook point, you can go on top like that, or if you want to lift it back up, you can go behind it. I prefer to do a little bit of both to make sure it's where you want it and it also has a little bit of resistance. And we're all set. I'm going to do whip finish. I think, yes. Secure that knot. One here, a little bit just above the hook. So if something hits it, goes down. Brush it out one last touch. If I can take a black marker on these amber eyes and just kind of hit it, gives them some depth. I feel like it makes it pop against all the tan. You can use black eyes if you prefer, if you make your own. I just like these amber eyes look right now. Astro Shrimp.